to enjoy all this solution which was explained now, we need also a very quiet and comfortable environment while we are moving with the car. Normally it's very loud and we have to concentrate what's going on onto the street. Therefore, Mercedes worked together with an amazing startup for those noise isolation solutions. And therefore, I would like to welcome on stage Dr. Johannes Weiß from Mercedes-Benz, Luca De Alexandro von Phononic Weiß, and Maurizio Torello from Adler Pelzer Group. And the interesting thing here is that not only a startup worked together with Mercedes, also a third company joined here. And yeah, now the stage is yours for 10 minutes. Show us what you did together with Mercedes.
Yeah. Okay. So we have the... Thank you very much. Good afternoon, everybody. I hope you are enjoying so far. We were discussing before about the car as a living space, and us three are here to talk about acoustics. So at the moment in which all the sensors are ready, of course you want your car to be silenced while you it's driving yourself. So we talk to you about the meta design. Meta design is, as is written there, the next level of acoustic performance in the car industry. What we mean by that? Of course, noise is an issue, is something that exists in the car. And normally you have different sources, okay? And you have different parts that address this noise, okay? Some of these parts we touch, like the carpet, for example, we can touch with our feet. But there are other hidden inside. Normally, how it works, that you have some materials, and in order to have the car efficient and also to save and to go for less CO2 emission, you need to reduce the mass of these components. But if you reduce the mass of these components, what happens is that you reduce also the performance. So our challenge in our project was to be able to reduce the mass and in the same time be able to have the same acoustic performance, and therefore to break what is well known in physics as the mass law. So we did this with our technology, which is meta materials. Meta means beyond in Greek, so we go beyond. Which means that we work with shapes and not with the raw material itself. You can see there some strange 3D printed stuff. You can imagine when we started the project, how strange was it? These blocks in the car. No, but then we industrialize it. The core technology is that there are some resonances. You can see that there is a periodic pattern in 3 dimensions that takes the wave and scatters the wave somehow. So it's everything about the shape and the topology and not about the material itself. We can use whatever material. And so we combine the already existing material in the car industry and we give some additional resonances. At this moment, for example, a carpet is 2 layers. And if you want to improve the performance, either you put mass or you put more thickness, okay? What we did was to use the surface. So to add multiple resonances in the surface, that gives a 3D effect. And this 3D effect enhances the behavior. You can see some resonances there, but basically, you can imagine a 3D moving, wavy carpet now. Our achievements was to be able to reduce 30%, almost 28% of the weight of the structure by keeping the same acoustic performance. Or, as an alternative, we can keep the same weight, but improve the acoustic performance. And so, at the end of the day, we were at least able to break in this application, the mass law. Of course, it's not only about the, let's say, planar samples or proof of concept, but it's also a real application in the car. So I introduce Maurizio Torello. I give you the pointer. And yeah.
Good afternoon to everybody. My name is Maurizio Torello. I'm the Global Acoustic Director for Adler Pelzer Group. Adler Pelzer Group is a Tier 1 global supplier. So we are engineering, development, and manufacturing acoustic component for most of the OEM in the world. So in this very important and challenging project together with Mercedes and Phononic Vibes, it was really linked to transfer an innovative scientific solution into the industrial vision. That is very often not not easy because of course, you need also to have the right technology, available to be speed up in the innovation. Otherwise, the risk is to be too late in the market. To do this, of course, we have internal capabilities, acoustic laboratories. We have different laboratories in several areas in the world. And we have acoustic competence. And of course, with the help of the advanced mathematics, we were able to support the activity of the development through different phases, starting from the material characterization, because of course, belong to these scientific concepts, it's important to have the well knowledge of the material. And that was really helpful to support the Phononic vibes and do the simulation approach. Next, we approach to the realization of flat sample prototype parts that are built up by two layers. One is a heavy layer or a hard layer material, impervious material. We apply a certain functionalization according to the simulation results obtained. And we just apply just using metal washer. You have seen maybe to our desk some samples there. And that we just approach to do some experimental tests to validate the model on flat sample area. Next phase was really important to check how was the contribution of 3D part. And we agreed to hand-made a current production part already in production. We did the functionalization first, again, by hands, on both sides, on foam side with air cavity and again with metal plate on the A side. And after we just again did a transmission loss test in couple chambers, okay, on the body wide frame to check statically how was the behavior. Next has been everything installed in the car, okay, to just doing a real measurement. The part that we did functionalize is that one. You can see that is the firewall inner dash, so it's the vertical components between the engine bay and the passenger compartment. And here you can see that we just equip the car with several microphones, at the here of driver and passenger, plus other microphones located on the floor, on the tunnel area, on the AP. And we did analyze the contribution. In the chart you can see the gap, the improvement in the area, in the octave band that we did analyze, according to the solution that we did set by the simulation. Thank you so much.
So, thank you, Maurizio. So, someone could ask, why was this project so successful? One reason for this, because what we see here, it was an awesome team. And of course, we weren't able to bring all the team up here on the stage, but I would like to thank you for all the people putting such hard work into this project. And the other reason was, we did from day one a three-sided project, which means we as an OEM, you could compare us as a tanker, and with a speedboat, which you can take Phononic Vibes as a startup, we needed somehow something in between. And that was perfect fit with Adler Pelzer as a tier one. And Adler Pelzer not only had the function of just producing it, but they brought in some proprietary manufacturing technologies for actually producing this. Because here we're not talking a POC, we're not talking about we could, but we are talking about serial production. And next year we will produce this in serial productions. And it really works, and so therefore it's great. And it only works, we had this three-sided project. And we at Mercedes, we have already very good experience with these three-party projects where we bring in a startup as agile with a lot of know-how, us, of course, as an OEM, but very, very important, a tier one, which speaks our language with regards to production, to quality checks, to certifications, and all this. So therefore, it's very important to not only have a startup, but also to have an innovative tier one, and of course, somebody who sells it as an OEM. So, as a conclusion, you need something like 3 projects partner to be successful, have a great team, and of course, have also such a great platform as Startup Autobahn to really make it successful, and in the end, bring it into the car, bring it to the customer as a success. So thank you very much for listening, and have a great afternoon and evening. See you later then.